Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 157, PlayStation 4 Special. I'm your host, Mark Webb, gamertag Piss on ID, Steam ID, Webby 360G, and joining me on this very fine evening is...
This is how you share used games. Thanks. Next votes.
Are you cheeky fuck? I was just going to say that. I was just going to say, you can take your discount and give it to someone else and it will still work. It's number one Stuntmaster.
Is this the Diablo 4 special? It's Sensei Switch.
Oh, yes. The Diablo 4 beta. I have been playing it. I love it. And I know this isn't meant to be the PS4 special, but I just want to say, yes, it's a day one badge ace. Yes.
Next.
Anyway, PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 was an odd time for me. I don't know about you guys, because obviously we'd come hot off the heels of the Xbox 360 generation, us guys here. We played online a lot together on the 360 throughout the whole era. Even though the majority of us also had PS3s as our secondary consoles, it kind of was a turning point for a lot of members of the 360G community. A lot of people didn't like what they were seeing from the Xbox One, especially from that E3, which you guys referenced about the game sharing, which was hilarious. Yeah. So I actually found a lot of the 360G community transitioned over to PlayStation 4 from the Xbox 360. And the community kind of never recovered from that, to be honest, even to today. But the PS4 launched, great. I mean, it was a good system. I think it was, a fantastic console. We'll get to that a bit later. But it felt like the online service for it felt very refined, very much like how the Xbox 360 felt in its heyday with the party chats and the online service, etc., which was really, really cool.
Well, the PS4 was such a jump from the PS3 for the party system.
Yeah, it was.
The PS3 party system was absolutely shocking. Not that I really used the PS3 for, as I said, I was very late getting a PS3 anyway.
Yeah.
But the PS4 was, it was pretty much like the 360. It just worked. Mm-hmm. It wasn't as good quality as the Xbox One. The sounds just wasn't. But it was still usable.
The party chat, yeah.
Yeah, it was still usable. I mean, it was pretty much like the 360, whereas the Xbox One was quite a jump on the party, the party chat. But it made up for it in other ways. So.
Did you also notice that it was a bit of a, like, people didn't realise or care, but that was when PlayStation actually started to charge to use online as well?
Yeah.
Whereas PS3 was like throughout the whole console generation, you could play online for free, whereas you had to have PlayStation Plus to play online and party chat with PS4.
Yeah, remember that there had been a bit of a hoo-ha about that when they brought it out. A lot of people were complaining, but then it kind of soon subsided, didn't it?
I think after Xbox doing it for 7-8 years, I just thought they would think, well, yeah, it's about time. But was how good PlayStation Plus was, I don't think they really cared, did they?
No.
Well, I think it's more along the lines of, like, nowadays, games people can just seemingly come in and violate your family, knowing that you're not going to care in about 8 months' time. Yeah. And that if there is a bit of a hubbub about it, it will eventually die down.
Yeah, because wasn't PlayStation hacked during the PS4 era?
PS3.
No, that was a PS3 era. Oh, okay.
It was probably what I think it did. I think all the consoles this generation, the PS4, like Switch and Xbox, they were getting the what was it, the DDoS attacks over Christmas, weren't they?
Yeah, over the Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, where they were hacking them, so if people got a console for Christmas, you couldn't get online to do any of the updates.
What was the name of that group that was doing it? It was something.
Wasn't Anonymous, was it?
No, it was someone like, I don't know, the penis licking crew or something. I fucking can't remember.
Bizarre. Okay.
They had like a weird name.
Right.
I'm not googling the penis licking crew.
You might get some interesting pictures come up, mate. Go for it.
Not the Blue Waffle crew.
I was just about to say that. If you're listening right now, Google Blue Waffle.
Don't.
And make sure that safe search is off, and you will be pleasantly surprised.
Just make sure you haven't eaten beforehand. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, yeah, I mean, did any of you guys get a PS4 at launch? Because I didn't. I got it a little while after it came out. Not too long, I don't think. Yeah. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I did. I mean, as far as I can remember, didn't which one come out first?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I got my
thought it was a
PlayStation first.
Yeah, because I got and I've still got it to this day, and it still actually works. Actually, I got the PS4. I paid quite a lot of money actually because I bought the PS4. It came in a box and it came with a kill zone,
right?
And the actual box. So basically, the PlayStation was put in a box. On the outside of the box, it has kill zone. And I even bought it with the camera as well because there was a camera that you could get as well. So I did pay quite a lot of money.
If you wanted to watch all of those like fucking live from PlayStation videos of people playing with themselves and that.
Well, that was before OnlyFans, wasn't it? Really, if you think about it. And there was some interesting videos on that. We'll have to talk about that in a bit. Actually,
it didn't last long, did it?
No, but yeah. So basically, I bought it on launch day one. I was very much into the PlayStation 4 because I remember coming to Eurogamer with you guys.
Yeah.
I remember we wandering around, and I wanted to see the PlayStation, see what it was like, considering I was an Xbox person anyway. But I was really impressed with what I was seeing from the PlayStation, and I was really put off by the Xbox. It's stupid. You know, you can't play a disc. You know, the disc works. You know, it's that kind of thing. You can't sell anything. It was all DRM, which they're doing now anyway, regardless. And it was like, there was just things about the PlayStation that I really liked, and then Jack Trenton was it? Trenton, his name was, that came up on stage and did the whole presentation for PlayStation.
Oh, I've never literally seen someone walk out and being like, "I'm going to enjoy all of this."
Yeah,
It was literally like watching someone go out on stage and like violently diarrhea everywhere, and then he just walked out and was like, "Nothing's changing." And like I remember a lot of people saying like PlayStation just literally got the biggest hand job off of like the gaming world for just doing absolutely nothing because they
charged us for Plus, didn't they? They charged us for Plus, and that was it.
Well, yeah, but apart from that, they were like, yeah, you still get all your games, you can still play them, you can lend them, you can do all this, that, and the rest of it.
Yeah. And basically what it was, I went to Eurogamer, and when as I said, I was with you guys, and I remember going over to the PlayStation. I remember queuing up for quite a while. I remember that, and I played some of the games. And the first thing I thought of was, let's hope the controller's good, because the PS3 controller is, I mean...
Oh, it's one of the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to... Well,
it.
I don't know, it's not that... It's not as bad as the N64 controller.
That had its charms at times.
But
bearing in mind, I was usually inebriated when I used it, so maybe if I was to use it sober, I'd probably find it different.
Yeah, but so yeah, basically went into the PlayStation section. I think I played Killzone, I played Drive Club, and I can't remember what else I played. I played something else.
Shadow of War. Or one of those, wasn't it? The Lord of the Rings games. They did.
Shadow of War.
Oh yeah,
Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of Mordor was the first one.
Yeah. And basically, the first thing I thought of was I really enjoyed the controller. I was really impressed with the controller. It felt a lot thicker and fatter. And it actually, to be honest, it's still out of the PS4 and the PS5. I still prefer the PS4 controller actually to the PS5. I know it sounds bizarre, but I do.
Slightly smaller, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I like about it. The PS5 feels fat. It feels like the Xbox One controller. But yeah, I came away and I was really chuffed. And I remember meeting up with you guys. You said, "All right, what do you think?" I thought, "I love it." I thought, "I really, really like the PS4 controller." And I remember, I think I chatted to you, Webby, and I said, "I think this PS4 is going to do really well." You went, "Nah, it's fucking shit, fucking crap." Because you had your Xbox hat on like you normally do anyway. And it was like, I do remember we went somewhere. It was like, "Oh, here you go. Why? Go on, Webby, go in there and put go and get one of the green hats, put on your head," and you sort of I took the piss out of you, sort of thing. And I remember chatting to Hogarth. Hope he's doing all right because I've heard the story. And it was like, he was like, "Oh, what do you think of PlayStation?" I said, "I thought it was brilliant," and he was like, "Nah, it's crap. Absolute shit." I was like, "Oh, right, okay," sort of thing. And because he was an Xbox ambassador, so he's going to try and promote the Xbox, isn't he? But yeah, no, I was just come away thinking it was really, really good, and yeah, it was. It did so much more than what I expected it to do. So.
Yeah, I was doing some research for this episode today, and I come away with no negatives from it. It was actually had a lot of really good games, and we'll get to those in a bit. Yeah, so the Xbox One came out on the 22nd of November 2013, and the PS4 released on the 15th of November 2013. So it was only a week in it.
Yeah, right, okay.
I thought there was more of a gap, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure when I first got my PS4, I didn't actually play it properly for about 3 or 4 days because I think I had a frothing seizure because it wouldn't let me log into my PSN account. Do you remember? Because
was there issues with that? Was there?
Password again.
Well, the issue was after getting a bloke to go through it all. After getting a bloke to go through everything, because he was like doing the security check, and he was like email address, and I told him the email address, and he was like, I'd maybe start with your email address. I was like, well, that is my email address, and he says, not quite. One of them is the wrong letter.
Oh.
And I was like, all right. And then I booted up my Vita, which was obviously connected to the network, and I noticed, I'd misspelt my email when I put it in originally.
No.
So I was like, so I went through the guy to reset my email and everything, and I could sign straight in because I was like, it's pointless me playing anything on the bloody thing if I can't sign into my account.
Yeah. That's funny. So I remember when I got mine now. So I got mine not far after launch. I got it on my birthday, so I'm guessing it was February 2014. So only not that long after launch, unless I got it the year after. Oh my goodness, I can't quite remember now.
I'd imagine it would have been closer to launch, to be honest.
Yeah,
It was that the PS4 didn't launch until 2014 in Japan as well. I thought it was just weird. Yeah, it didn't come out until February 22nd, 2014.
Yeah, because thinking about it,
it's just weird that a Japanese company would release a Japanese product like in America and Europe and that 3 months before in Japan. That's just.
But
it's normally the other way around.
majority of the launch titles like Western games anyway.
Probably.
And they're also a lot slower in Japan, and you think it's always been very much a Nintendo place, and the only reason now the PlayStation, even the 5, is doing well is because everyone's got a Switch, and probably back then I think was the Wii U was out then, wasn't it? So, and I think the Wii U did do quite well in Japan, so probably that was the reason why they sort of left that market for a bit and let them wait, because I think they wanted to get the main, they needed to jump Xbox because Xbox did do quite well with the 360. All right, Sony did beat them at the end, but the 360 did do very, very well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they did. So yeah, the PS4 system itself was really cool. As you say, there was a couple of revisions for its life cycle. So you had a PS4 Slim and the PS4 Pro. Much like with Xbox having an Xbox One X mid-gen upgrade, and there's now rumours for the PS5 having a mid-gen upgrade next year. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a fan of these mid-gen upgrades, to be honest, because it used to be, you have one console and it would last you, 5-6 years, whatever, then the next gen would come out, and now it's like...
Can I just jump in and say, don't you buy a new graphics card every 2 years, which is...
No, I'll buy a new graphics card. Personally, I'll get a new... I normally upgrade my PC either, when there's games that I can't run as I want them, or every 5 years or so.
Every 3
years. I'm pretty sure like the 30 series graphics cards were only a couple of years ago, and now we're on the 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You don't have to upgrade. That's the thing,
Same with
right?
PlayStation, isn't it? You don't have to upgrade.
So, I mean, like, so console gaming's turned into very PC, which I know is what a lot of people don't like, and I'm one that doesn't like that in the console space, to be completely honest with you, because it's got to a point where like the console generations now, if you want the best of that console generation, you're buying 2 consoles that gen. So you're spending nearly $1,000 on just consoles, right?
Did you do it though, Webby?
Yeah, I did. I'm a sucker.
Didn't you buy the Xbox One S knowing that you were going to have to buy the X like a year
And
later?
I did, yes.
And then moan about it.
Yes, I'm doing it. Tell him, don't remind me.
Moving on.
So anyway, so that generation was the beginning of the mid-gen upgrades, which I moan about, but yes, I still spend the money because I'm a fucking mug. Okay, I can admit it. Yeah, but I don't have any other good memories I can think of apart from the games, really, because I got it a few months after launch. Very much enjoyed it. Had lots of great games, which we'll get to after your memories, if you've got any. It was just a good system. It really, really was. And, it did a lot right compared to what the Xbox One did, that's for sure. And it certainly had a lot more exclusives that were brilliant on the PlayStation 4 than the Xbox One as well.
I actually think this is where they kind of landed it with the PS4, because like you said, a lot of people were slightly put off with all of the stuff that was going on with Xbox at the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of them was thinking to jump over.
Yeah.
And then when a lot of them jumped over, they did clever stuff like, oh, did you never play The Last of Us?
Yeah.
We're remastering that for this new system. And I know a lot of people that jumped ship literally said, oh, now I get to see what the PlayStation titles are like, because I've played like the Gears and the Forzas and all that kind of stuff. So, and then they really ran with it in that generation, as far as I'm aware, like building up all their first parties and stuff, like, and launching some pretty big franchises that are still going now.
Yeah, definitely.
Just hope they don't run them into the ground like Microsoft have with a few of theirs.
It just makes me laugh with The Last of Us. I mean, it's a great game, and I played on the PS3, fantastic, and then played it again on the PS4 with the PS4 remaster. But then they've remastered the remaster for the PS5 as well, and I'm like, how many times can you remaster the same fucking game?
Like I said, the only reason they've done that is because they're going to put it on the PC, and the PC would not put up with like just a remastered version of the game. And if they didn't then stick that newer version on PlayStation, they knew the PS people would be like, hold on a second, why do they get this version and we don't?
It just makes me laugh, mate, because they've remastered it like twice now.
Yeah, but you think
3 times. Oh yeah,
that's how it's been.
Look at Resident Evil 4.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been remastered, isn't it?
Yeah, but only once. Or has it been remastered before?
No, it has had the HD remaster.
It originally came out on the PlayStation 2 and the GameCube. It got redone again for the Wii.
Yeah.
It then also got redone again for the PS4.
Right.
And I think it was on the Xbox, and now they've redone
it was done for the 360 and PS3 as well.
Yeah. So
was it? Okay.
Yeah. So,
but to be fair, that's just the HD up-res. They haven't really. I mean, that's the thing. People get remastered completely messed up, don't they?
Yeah. It just makes me laugh because, like, The Last of Us, like, you like. Hang on a minute, you've remastered it for each console generation. I just think it's funny. I'm not saying it's a bad thing because there's lots of new consumers to the console. Yeah, but it just makes me laugh. It really does.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but there is a lot of games that do get. I mean, they don't have to get completely remastered. But, I mean, there's so many games that just go from system to system. I mean, we've had it with GTA. GTA was on 360. It's been on the Xbox One. It's now been done again for the Xbox Series X and the PS5 with another update, as in graphical update. Skyrim, another game. All right, you probably won't ever see that on the PlayStation
that was on
again.
Multiples as well.
Yeah, that was on multiples.
Final Fantasy 13 is playable, or 14 is playable across 3 platforms.
I think what's going to happen though is you're going to start to see more remasters because you've got to remember we're getting older, and some of the games that we played when, like Resident Evil 4, and even, Resident Evil 2 and 1 have all been remastered. You're going to start seeing more of these games getting remastered because there's a whole generation of people that haven't played them, like Dead Space, another game that's remastered. You're going to start seeing it, unless, of course, there's license issues or Microsoft own it. It's going to be, you're going to start seeing these bits and bobs redone again. I mean, Capcom could probably go through the whole back catalogue of the games they've got. Hope they do, but I don't think they will, because there's the Dino Crisis. Love to see them come back, but when we ever will, I don't know.
We get Exoprimal instead that nobody asked for.
This is coming on Game Pass.
Yeah. Yeah, just put all the shit onto Game Pass, thanks.
Yeah, put it on Game Pass.
But no, I think The Last of Us is a great game, and I think obviously the hype has come back because of the TV show. I mean, they're saying that the game sales have shot through the roof since the TV show, so I don't blame them for doing it. It's a good money maker, right? So go for it. But as I say, it just makes me laugh that I've just remastered it like over and over again. But
my mate bought it for 70 quid digitally a few weeks ago because he thought it was a new game because it was The Last of Us Part 1, so he thought, and it was on PS5, so he was playing it for about half an hour. He's like, hang on, I played this before. And obviously, so he bought it again for 70
That's
quid.
funny. To listen to the rest of this week's awesome episode, you need to subscribe to the Patreon. So head on over to patreon.com/360gamercast. From there, you can sign up from as little as £5 a month, and you will get access to the rest of this week's episode, but also all of our back catalogue, including the PS1, PS2, and PS3 episodes, our Xbox family of console episodes, and up and coming very, very soon, we'll be doing the PSP and Vita, the Nintendo family of consoles, and the Sega family of consoles, and other retro goodies are also coming very, very soon. So again, the website is patreon.com/360gamercast. You will not regret spending that £5. Do it now.